Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
One introduction. We live in a world powered by technology. Every time you open an app, send a message, or watch a video online, you are using a vast, invisible system. This system is called digital infrastructure. It is the foundation of modern life. It includes huge buildings full of computers called data centers. These centers must work 24 hours a day to keep everything running. For many years, this system worked quietly. But recently, a new technology has changed everything. This technology is artificial intelligence, or AI. AI is now very popular. It can do many complex tasks like writing emails, creating art, and helping scientists. AI promises a big future, but it needs enormous computing power to learn and operate. This rapid growth is putting stress on the systems that support it. AI is not magic. It requires a brain. The brain of any computer is a small electronic part called a chip. Chips are the most important components in the digital world. They do all the fast thinking and calculations needed to run complex programs. Without chips, modern technology stops working. As AI models become larger and smarter, they need millions of specialized chips. These chips are essential for training the AI, which means teaching the system using massive amounts of data. The sudden explosion of AI has created a huge demand for these chips. Many large technology companies want to build the best AI systems fast. This means they are all trying to buy the same hardware at the same time. The demand now greatly exceeds the supply. Factories cannot make the chips fast enough to meet everyone's needs. This creates a bottleneck in the technology industry. Currently, the technological landscape is challenging. If a company wants to innovate and build new AI tools, it must first find the necessary hardware. Waiting for parts slows down progress and costs a lot of money. It does not matter how big or clever a company is, they still face the same limitation: a shortage of chips. This situation forces companies to look for new ways to grow. They must find solutions to overcome hardware limitations and supply chain problems. This story is about one major company that decided to stop waiting in line. Instead, they chose to design and build their own future. They decided to innovate at the most fundamental level, starting with the computer chip itself. 2. Chips are hard to find. For a long time, one company has been the leader in making chips for artificial intelligence. That company is called Nvidia. Nvidia makes very powerful chips, and almost every big technology company wants to buy them. Because the demand is so high, these chips are extremely expensive. Companies must spend huge amounts of money just to get the basic parts they need for their AI projects. This high cost affects how fast AI can grow. Money is not the only problem facing the tech world. The second issue is limited supply. Nvidia cannot make chips fast enough to meet the world's needs. This creates a big shortage. If a large company needs 1,000 chips to start a new project, they might only receive 50. They have to join a very long queue and wait. Sometimes the waiting time is many months or even more than 1 year. This makes it very difficult for companies to plan and launch big technology projects quickly. When a company waits for essential parts, it causes a problem known as a bottleneck. Think about liquid flowing through a large pipe. If the pipe suddenly becomes very narrow, the flow slows down completely. For tech companies, waiting for specialized chips is the narrow part of the pipe. Progress stops or moves very slowly. If a company wants to train a new, smarter AI model, they must have the chips immediately. Every day spent waiting means lost time and a risk that their competitors will move ahead. This situation is not sustainable for major technology players like Amazon. They need thousands of chips every month to keep their massive cloud services running and to build new AI tools. Relying on only one supplier, even a strong one like Nvidia, is too risky for their long-term stability. If the supply chain breaks, or if the main supplier decides to raise prices suddenly, the buyer has no power and no options. This risk motivates large companies to seek alternatives. They realize that relying on a single source for critical technology is a weakness. They decided they needed more control over the most important part of their business, the hardware. To secure their own future, these companies started planning to design and build their own necessary computer parts. This decision marks a huge shift in the technology industry, moving towards independence and stability away from a single dominant supplier. They want to ensure they always have the hardware required to meet the high and constant demands of modern AI development. This desire for independence became the driving force behind a massive new project. 3. Amazon makes a plan. Amazon decided they needed a strong plan to stop relying on other companies for chips. Waiting for parts was slowing them down too much. Their plan was to start building their own brain for the computers. Amazon already had a clever team ready to do this work. This team is called Annapurna Labs. Amazon bought this small but powerful company several years ago. Annapurna Labs is a key part of Amazon's strategy now. The team is located in the United States, mainly working in the state of Texas. The work of Annapurna Labs is simple but difficult. Design chips only for Amazon. Before, Amazon was a customer, always buying chips from big companies. Now, Amazon is shifting from being a buyer to being a designer. This change is called vertical integration. This means Amazon wants to control all parts of the process, from the first drawing of the chip to the final computer running the chip. Why is this control so important? First, it means the chips are perfect for Amazon's needs. Amazon runs one of the world's biggest cloud computing systems, called Amazon Web Services, or AWS. Standard chips might work well for games or simple tasks, but they are not always perfect for massive cloud operations. Annapurna Labs designs chips specifically for cloud computing and artificial intelligence tasks. They can make sure the chips use less energy and run the software faster inside AWS. Second, controlling the design helps Amazon control the costs. When Amazon designs the chips, they do not have to pay the high prices charged by outside suppliers. This difference in price can save Amazon a lot of money over time, especially when they need hundreds of thousands of chips. This strategy of building in-house chips gives Amazon independence. They do not have to worry about global shortages or long waiting times anymore. They can simply make what they need when they need it. This move is a major step toward independence in the fast-moving world of technology. This plan allows Amazon to build its AI future much faster than before. It also removes the risk of relying on a single source for critical technology. 4. The new Trainium chip. The star of Amazon's independent hardware plan is a new chip called Trainium 2. This name is very important because the chip is designed to help train artificial intelligence systems. Training is the most difficult and power-hungry part of creating smart AI. It is the long process where the AI reads huge amounts of digital data to learn how the world works. Training is very different from using the AI in your daily life. When you ask a chatbot a question, that quick action is called inference. Inference is fast and simple. The AI already knows the answer and just needs to tell you. Training, however, is a massive undertaking. It requires the chip to read and process data continuously for weeks or even months at a time. This demanding process requires extremely powerful and efficient computer hardware. Trainium 2 is the second generation of this specific chip. The engineers at Annapurna Labs worked hard to make it much better than the first version. They designed the new chip to handle the largest and most complex AI models being built today. The main technical improvement is speed. Trainium 2 is significantly faster than the older Trainium chip. This high speed means that companies can train their AI models in less time, which saves valuable time and resources. Another key feature of Trainium 2 is its efficiency. Efficiency means the chip performs a lot of work while using less electrical power. When a chip uses less electricity, it saves money on the power bill. Also, chips that use less power create less heat. Data centers must spend large amounts of money to cool down hot computer rooms. By creating less heat, Trainium 2 helps Amazon save money on both electricity usage and cooling systems. Amazon designed Trainium 2 specifically to compete with the dominant chips in the market. While performance is important, the biggest advantage Amazon highlights is the lower operational cost. Amazon says that running their custom chip is cheaper in the long term than using competitor chips for the same task. This cost difference is significant. Imagine a large company training a huge AI model. They might need to use 10,000 chips running non-stop for 6 months. Even a small saving on electricity for each chip quickly adds up to millions of dollars in total savings. This cost efficiency is crucial for Amazon Web Services, which rents this computing power to other businesses. Because Trainium 2 is custom-made for Amazon's cloud environment, it works perfectly with their software and systems. This perfect fit increases the chip's efficiency even more. This allows Amazon to offer lower prices to companies that need high-power AI training capabilities. Trainium 2 is the foundation of Amazon's strategy to control its own costs and secure its future supply of necessary hardware. It proves that Amazon can build powerful chips that meet the high demands of the modern AI world. 5. A very big center. After creating the powerful Trainium 2 chip, Amazon needed a home for it. They started a major construction project called Project Rainier. This project is a massive data center located in the state of Indiana. A data center is a very large building. It is designed to hold thousands of computer servers. These servers contain the chips that power artificial intelligence. Project Rainier is not just big, it is one of the largest AI centers in the world today. Its scale demonstrates Amazon's deep commitment to building its own technology ecosystem. The most important detail about Project Rainier is its unique composition. This entire facility is built without using the popular graphics units made by the dominant supplier. There are 0 outside specialized AI chips inside this massive structure. Amazon made a decision to be completely self-reliant. They are using this project as the ultimate test for their own hardware designs. This independence is a key part of their business strategy. Instead of relying on others, Amazon filled the center with their own chips. Project Rainier holds hundreds of thousands of Trainium 2 chips. To imagine the scale, picture a huge warehouse where every shelf is stacked with powerful computer parts. Each part works together to teach AI models. This huge number of chips needs a perfect environment to function correctly. Running a facility of this size requires complex infrastructure. When computers process large amounts of data, they generate a lot of heat. This heat must be removed quickly. If the chips get too hot, they will break. Therefore, Project Rainier relies on immense cooling systems. Giant fans constantly move air, and complex liquid cooling systems keep the chips at the right temperature. This infrastructure is vital for keeping the hundreds of thousands of chips operational 24 hours a day. Furthermore, the power demands are huge. Hundreds of thousands of chips need a constant, strong supply of electricity. Amazon had to invest heavily in power infrastructure around the Indiana site. They needed to ensure the electricity flowing into the center was always stable and powerful enough for non-stop operation. This investment shows that the project is about more than just the chips. It is about controlling the entire physical environment needed for advanced AI. Project Rainier serves as a critical proof of concept for Amazon. It proves that the company can design its own specialized chips, manufacture them, and then deploy them successfully at a massive global scale. Success here means Amazon no longer needs to worry about shortages from outside vendors. They gain control over both cost and supply. This large center in Indiana is a clear sign that the technology landscape is changing. It is a major milestone for independent hardware development. The goal is to show the world that high-performance AI is possible using only Amazon's internally designed chips. This very big center represents a very big change in the world of computing. 6. A new partner. Amazon built the big data center in Indiana, but who will use all those new chips? Amazon is not working alone on this huge project. They have found a very important partner. This partner is a company called Anthropic. Anthropic is a major player in the world of artificial intelligence. They make advanced software that needs powerful hardware to run. Anthropic is famous for its own AI system. This system is a chatbot named Claude. Many people use Claude to ask questions or write stories. To make Claude better and smarter, Anthropic needs huge amounts of computing power. They need many, many chips to train their AI model. Training means teaching the AI by feeding it large quantities of data. Anthropic decided to use Amazon's new chips. These chips are the powerful Trainium 2 units. Anthropic is the main user of the huge Project Rainier data center. They are using hundreds of thousands of Trainium chips there. This is a massive operation for deep learning tasks. Deep learning means the AI reads and processes data to learn complex things. This work requires immense energy and speed. This partnership is very good for both companies. For Anthropic, they get quick access to the high-performance hardware they need. They can train Claude faster than before. They do not have to wait in line for other expensive chips that are hard to find. This helps them stay competitive in the fast-moving AI market. For Amazon, this partnership is a crucial test. Anthropic is a major customer that works with AI every day. If Anthropic uses the Trainium chips successfully, it shows the world that Amazon's chips work very well. It proves that the chips are powerful enough for the hardest AI work. Anthropic puts the chips under heavy pressure every day. This helps Amazon find any small problems and make the chips even better in the future. The relationship between the hardware provider and the software developer is important. Amazon provides the powerful electronic brain, and Anthropic provides the smart thinking software. Together, they are making a new path for AI development. They show that companies can build advanced AI without relying on the traditional single source of chips. This partnership is a real-world application of the independent hardware strategy. It is the first big success story for Project Rainier. 7. Saving money is good. Building its own computer chips is a very smart business plan for Amazon. This decision gives the company self-reliance. Self-reliance means they do not have to depend on others for important parts. This independence has a big effect on money. When Amazon controls the design and making of the chips, they control the final costs. They stop being just a customer who buys chips and start being a manufacturer who makes them. This shift saves a huge amount of money over time. When a company buys chips from an outside seller like Nvidia, they must pay the seller's price. This price includes the cost to make the chip plus extra money for the seller's profit. This extra money is often called a markup. Amazon avoids paying this markup when they use their own Trainium chips. They only pay for the materials and the work needed to build the chip. Since Project Rainier uses hundreds of thousands of chips, saving just a little money on each one quickly adds up to millions of dollars in total long-term savings. This strategy also solves the problem of global chip shortages. As explained before, sometimes it is very hard to find enough chips because everyone wants them. Companies that rely on outside sellers must wait in line, and waiting slows down business growth. Amazon now has a secure supply chain. If the demand for artificial intelligence suddenly gets very high, Amazon does not have to wait. They can simply tell their team to make more Trainium chips quickly. This ability to make chips when needed gives Amazon a strategic advantage over other companies. Because the Trainium chips cost less to buy and less to run, Amazon can use them more often. This cost efficiency is key for big technology projects. Low costs allow Amazon to experiment more easily with new AI ideas. Ideas that might have been too expensive before are now possible. This also helps partner companies, such as Anthropic, who can train their AI Claude more often. The low-cost, high-usage cycle helps technology grow faster and become smarter. Controlling the hardware ecosystem also brings great stability to the whole system. The ecosystem is the complete environment where the chips and the software work together. Amazon designs the chips and manages the cloud services where they run. If there is a technical problem, Amazon knows exactly where to look because they made every part. They do not need to wait for an outside company to help fix a hardware issue. This complete control makes the service more reliable and stable, which is very valuable in the fast world of AI. 8. The future of chips. The choice made by Amazon to build its own chips has big effects on the whole technology world. This change shows that large companies do not need to rely on just one supplier for the special chips that power artificial intelligence. This move creates a stronger market with more options for everyone. Amazon is now a strong competitor in the hardware business. When a big company like Amazon enters the market, it forces other companies to change. This is good for customers. More competition usually means better products and lower prices. If several companies are making high-quality AI chips, they must work hard to offer the best performance for the lowest cost. This makes building AI cheaper and faster for many businesses, both big and small. This story is about moving toward a multi-provider world. Before, one company was the main source for AI training chips. Now, companies can choose from different places. They can use Amazon's Trainium chips, or they can use other options. Having more choices means companies can pick the hardware that works best for their specific needs, instead of just taking what is available. Amazon is not planning to stop with the current generation of chips. Innovation moves very fast in technology. We can already look ahead to the next generation of hardware. Amazon plans to release even newer chips, like the Trainium 3, in the near future. These new chips will be even more powerful and energy efficient than the ones used in Project Rainier. This continuous improvement is driven by the need to stay ahead in the competitive race. This shift changes the way technology is built. Companies are gaining more control over their own future. They are less worried about global shortages because they can design and secure their own supply chain. By controlling both the software and the hardware, they can save money and innovate quickly. The decision to build the Trainium chip marks the beginning of a new chapter where powerful artificial intelligence hardware is made by many hands, making technology more accessible and affordable for the world.